Thank you, and welcome once again. Good afternoon, and welcome to this edition of DMS 3000 News Live. It is episode 87 on this Friday, December 15th, 2023. Thank God it's Friday. We made it to the end of another week here, and we are officially now 10 days till Christmas Day, and we'll be celebrating with our friends and family. And if I didn't mention to you on the program yesterday, I'm going to mention it today as well, too. In fact, I'll mention it first thing first. But before we do that, of course, I am Jason Icanio, the host of DMS 3000 News. Now it's 3000 News, not News Live, because we are live and you already know that. So we've taken the title of live out of there so that way you can know that we're always live Monday through Friday, with exceptions, of course. And we have some exceptions for you today. Christmas Day. On Monday, the 25th, which will be in basically 10 days, we will not be here. We will be off with our friends and family enjoying Christmas Day with the holidays, and same thing with New Year's Day as well. So mark these on your calendar, December 25th and January 1st. You will not see DMS 3000 News and the episodes. You'll see everything after that on Tuesday through Friday. So we have that 3-day weekend that we can enjoy with our friends and family. And then we'll be back to regular programming, of course, on the 8th of January, where you'll see us Monday through Friday. In the new year, it should be fun. You'll actually see us on January 2nd for the new show, for the new year and everything of that sort. And we'll have some great stuff as well, like we always do. Today on the program, as you know, today is December 15th, episode 87, and I forgot to put the ticker down, so I'm going to do that right now. There it is. And today on our program, we're looking at some interesting articles like this one. This is what a massage therapist first notices about you. You really never think about these things when you go to see him to get a massage, or to even, if you've never had one and it's your first time. These are the things that they notice about you. Not sure where we're going with it, but maybe it's something that is very important to kind of consider when you are going for a massage. Maybe it's like the do's and don'ts of going to a massage and getting one. But they're very, very invigorating. They're very great, very relaxing, and very beneficial to your health. So if you're an avid jogger or an avid exerciser or weightlifter, or you do a lot of running around, and we all know you parents out there with your kids, and you need a massage, and your husband or your wife decides to get you a gift card and says, "Here, Merry Christmas." Well, this would be a good idea to, take this into consideration and practice the do's and don'ts, and also what this massage therapist first notices about you. All right. And if you're an extrovert, here's how you're wasting your money. We'll look at that right about Christmas time, so that way you don't fall into the trap next month of having that outrageous credit card bill come to your door, knocking, wondering, are you going to be able to afford it? So if you're an extrovert or if you're an introvert, either way, we're going to show you how you're wasting your money and what you can do to save your money, okay? And The Stranger Who Changed My Life, a short love story. Oh, we're going to see a great love story at the end of this day. Why not, to end the week? So we'll see what happens in this particular true story that happened via the Reader's Digest. Plus headlines, sports, and other important information. Of course, what day is today, the motivation of the day, and don't forget to chillin' 3000 Hangouts with David St. Dennis tonight at 8 o'clock. Who is he going to have? Another great guest. If he would have let me know who it was, I probably could have promoted it here on the program. But do check him out every Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time for a great edition. And I want to talk football. Well, Let's Talk Football was canceled last week because two of our people did not show up. Were unable to get in there. So me and David decided to cancel the show and for the week, cancel the episode, and we'll bring it to you the week of Christmas. So we'll be back on Wednesday night at 7:30, and we'll decide if we're gonna do two shows for during the week of Christmas and New Year's. We'll see what happens with that. And of course, new episodes of Wipe Those Tears Wednesdays nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. Let me also let you know that I'm giving the boys 2 weeks off after next week's Christmas show. So we have the Christmas show coming up next, on the 20th. And then we're going to be taking 2 weeks off and coming back on the 10th of January for our first show of 2024. So all of that, as we get closer and next week, we'll let you know the schedule so that way you can write it down and follow us along. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and get to the start of the day here. We got a lot to cover. The headline, sports, and other important information is ready to go. So let's go ahead and look at that fantastic one. Of course, we go to npr.com for all the latest here. Fear rather than sensitivity. Most U.S. scholars on the Mideast are self-censoring. The war between Israel and Hamas is testing the limits of free speech across college campuses, and it's also affecting those who study the Middle East. Yeah, it's a sad one, unfortunately. Here in the United States right now, everybody is going for Hamas and Palestine and pretty much telling we want the Jews eliminated just as much. Sorry, but you know what? I don't support that. I have nothing against Palestinians. I have nothing, but I do have a plenty against Hamas and any terrorist group that comes in and tries to destroy a whole entire nation based on their religious beliefs needs to be destroyed themselves and basically never to exist on this earth ever again. And if you are listening, Hamas, you should be annihilated because your beliefs are totally irresponsible to human life. Let's put it that way. Okay? Israeli soldiers mistakenly killed 3 hostages held by Hamas in Gaza, Israel says. And while fighting in Gaza City on Friday, Israeli soldiers inadvertently identified 3 male hostages as a threat. Israel's military said more than 100 hostages remain in Gaza as fighting continues. You know, we knew this was going to happen. We said it, that Hamas is setting them up for the kill. This is your doing, Hamas. You put these people in harm's way. You knew exactly what you were doing. You're not stupid. We know that for a fact. But in the end, you're going to say, see, look at Israel. Now they killed 3 of their own people and didn't even realize it, trying to wipe us out. Har, har, har. Well, I say, up yours, Hamas, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves. The blood is on your hands. Even if we killed them, it's still on your hands, buddy. Hamas, it's still on your body, okay? It's still going to be in your brain, and we're still going to hold you accountable for it, whether you think that you're in the right or not, okay? So don't try to convince me that Hamas is the victim here and Palestine is the victim. You guys basically need to just shut up and realize that we're going to annihilate Hamas either way, whatever it takes to get you guys to silently crawl back under the ground, as they say, okay? How we found criminal traits where Ohio prosecutors acted improperly. In a 2-year investigation, we built a data set of some 450 claims of prosecutorial misconduct by analyzing thousands of pages of appellate decisions from 2018 to 2021. Detailed here is how we did it. Homelessness in the U.S. hit a record high last year as pandemic aid ran out. The jump is 12% more than the year before and came as rents and inflation skyrocketed. The increase was driven by families and those who lost housing for the first time. Gaza's post-war future, insect-borne disease. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan is in Jerusalem to discuss the future of Gaza with Palestinian and Israeli leaders. Scientists warn of the spread of tropical insect-borne diseases. We asked, you answered. How have alloparents come to your rescue? Alloparents mean other parents, family, friends, community folk, even strangers who lend a hand to a parent. Here are stories you shared about your own encounters with the alloparents. Are you playing Whamageddon? It's the Christmas game you've probably already lost. Last weekend, a DJ caused a stir in Britain after playing the hit Wham song Last Christmas at a soccer game in front of about 60,000 people. And here's why. How do you discipline an in-school overdose? In some districts, you don't. Amid the rise in teen opioid overdoses, school systems from California to Maryland are changing their approach. Instead of zero tolerance, they're turning to rehabilitation. The accounts of freed Israeli hostages add pressure to those still in captivity. In the 2 weeks since a ceasefire allowed for the release of more than 100 Israeli hostages held by Hamas, their stories have rocked Israel. About 115 hostages are thought to remain in Gaza. From killer cats to Christmas classics, this week's quiz is both feral and festive. Do you know the breadth of species a cat can eat? Or how about which Christmas movies have been added to the National Film Registry? Get these right, and you're on your way to a perfect score. Weird, wild, and wonderful stories of joy from 2023. Let's face it, the news in 2023 was often a grind, confronting us with war, tragedy, and controversies. But there were also incredible moments of hope, kindness, and joy. More nature emojis could be better for biodiversity. A team of conservation biologists from Italy recently found that current emoji options are sorely lacking when it comes to life outside of vertebrates in the United States and in the animal kingdom. Sure, there are multiple dog and cat options to choose from, but when it comes to fungi, for example, the choices are limited to one. The study was published this week in the journal iScience argues that our emoji lexicon is in dire need of some biodiversity, which could have a real impact on the way people communicate about conservation. Ukraine gets a boost toward EU membership, but Hungary blocks an aid deal. The aid package for Ukraine was vetoed by Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban. The EU did approve opening membership negotiations with Ukraine and its neighbor Moldova. A 13-year-old boy is charged after allegedly planning mass shooting at a synagogue in Ohio. The charges come amid a rise of anti-Semitism in the United States and worldwide. In the U.S. alone, anti-Semitic incidents rose 35% from 2021 to 2022. No charges filed after police shot an 11-year-old who called for help, official says. In a statement, Mississippi Attorney General Lynn Fitch says her office completed its review into the May incident and presented it to a grand jury who handed up the decision. The fight over free speech on college campuses. Protests by students supportive of Israeli and Jewish communities and protests by students supportive of Palestinian communities have reignited the debate over free speech on college campuses. Tribes celebrate historic deal with the White House that could save Pacific Northwest salmon. The White House has reached what it says is a historic agreement over the restoration of salmon in the Pacific Northwest, a deal that could end for now a decades-long legal battle with tribes. To fight so-called book bans, some states are threatening to withhold funding. Illinois made a splashy announcement with their new law intended to protect libraries from book challenges by withholding funding. Other states are closely watching to see if they will follow along. 2 men charged with killing approximately 3,600 birds, including the bald eagles. One of the men charged bragged about going on a killing spree to get feathers from eagles for future sales. Pandemic relief funding for the arts was staggering. A new study finds that the government had a rare moment of generosity toward the arts during the pandemic. Out of over $4 trillion, $53 billion went to arts and entertainment across the United States. Jury deliberations begin in the trial of actor Jonathan Majors. Majors is on trial for assault and harassment in a domestic violence incident involving a former girlfriend. If convicted, he faces up to a year in prison. And those are the headlines for today, December 15th, 2023. Let's now go to sports. Start off with the NBA. We had a lot going on last night. Usually we don't have that much going on as far as Thursday games, but in this case, there was a lot. Celtics beat the Cavaliers 116-107. It was the Heat losing to the Bulls 124-116. Timberwolves 119, Mavericks 101. The Nuggets defeated the Nets 124 to 101. And again, the Nets win, lose, can't do this. Jazz beat the Trailblazers 122 to 114. It was the Kings over the Thunder 128 to 123. And the Clippers take care of the Warriors 121 to 113. Tonight, Pelicans will face the Hornets in New Orleans. Pacers will go to Washington to face the Wizards, both games at 7. Pistons will face the 76ers in Philly. The Pistons trying to get that 20-game losing streak as they go to a home against the 76ers. The 76ers, of course, took the first game. Now the 76ers are looking for the sweep tonight. Can they do it? Probably. The Pistons go on the road, though, against the Philly at 7 o'clock. At 7:30, the Hawks will face the Raptors in Toronto. Magic will face the Celtics in Boston at 7:30. Lakers will host or will visit the Spurs in San Antonio at 7:30. The Rockets will take on the Grizzlies in Memphis at 8 o'clock. And the Knicks will face the Suns at 10 o'clock tonight in Phoenix. All right, let's look at the NHL. See what we have there. We've got some games going on here, but let's see the scores from last night. And here we go. Flyers over the Capitals in a shootout. They win 4-3. In OT, the Blue Jackets upset the Maple Leafs 6-5. It was the Hurricanes 2, Red Wings 1. The Wild beat the Flames 3-2 in a shootout. Get that 2 points where the Flames get 1 point. The Blues over the Senators 4-2. It was the Lightning crushing the Oilers 7-4. Canucks shut out the Panthers 4-0, and the Kraken take care of the Blackhawks 7-1. Tonight's games: Ducks and Rangers will face off at the Garden at 7 o'clock. Predators and Hurricanes at 7:30 in that would be the Hurricanes. I can't. Oh my God, Carolina. I'm sorry, Carolina Hurricanes. Yeah, I can't. I'm not. Wasn't quite sure who the Hurricanes are, but that's them. Bruins will take on the Islanders in the old Nassau Coliseum. I thought they were playing in the Nassau Coliseum. The Islanders still play in the Island, but not in the Nassau Coliseum. 7:30 tonight. Senators will go to Dallas to face the Stars at 8 o'clock. Sharks will go to Phoenix to play the Coyotes at 9. And the Sabres will go to the Vegas Golden Knights to play them at 10 o'clock tonight. So that's that. We had one NFL game, and it was the Raiders and the Chargers. Raiders, whoa, my goodness. They take care of the Chargers. Look at that score, 63-21. Holy cow. Now, folks, I want to say this much about the Vegas Raiders. They are a team that they only play when they want to play. Shoot. Their record really doesn't show much. Okay, at 6-8, they're just kind of like hanging around playing spoiler to the Chargers, who pretty much are not even a team worthy of it. And like I said, that's why I never liked the Raiders. But for all you Raiders fans out there, this game was for you last night. They scored 42 points in the first half. Were up 42-0, and then came back and took another 21 points on top of that in the second half and held the Chargers to under 30 points to go to 6-8. Thursday night football, high-scoring game, for all I would say. But for all the scores, check back with us on Tuesdays for the remaining games that will be played for this coming weekend, okay? And there you have it, folks. The sports is finished. We are done with that. Some important information to pass on to you. Like I said, we're not going to be here on the 25th of Christmas Day, and January 1st on Christmas Day. We won't be here as well. Also, too, the Christmas shows will be here for Wipe Those Tears and Let's Talk Football. They'll be on that Wednesday night. Recording for the game shows, we will record 2 Jokers Wild and 1 Blockbusters this coming Monday. And then me and Brandon Scruggs will take 2 weeks off and come back on the 8th of January and start the season 2 of Tic-Tac-Toe and the continuation of season 2 of Joker's Wild and season 3 of Blockbusters on January 8th. So we will have a 3-hour block from 7 to 10 starting in January. So if you'd like to be a contestant on Joker's Wild and Tic-Tac-Toe and Blockbusters in the coming, of course, in the new year, drop us a line over at the David 3000 Network. We'd love to have you there. All of our shows are pretty much, as I can see from it, are going to take, follow their normal schedule, but keep in touch with us on our schedule, because we will have a big meeting before the end of the year to start our new year, new season with new game shows, new programming in 2024, which should be very excited. So there might be some changes along the way, and me and David will definitely get in touch with you on that. We'll probably have a special live edition on StreamYard with me and David St. Dennis to launch the new year for the David 3000 Network. That's all the information I have for you right now. It is 4:21, and when we come back, we're going to be looking at what day is today, and our first article of what a massage therapist first notices about you. Yeah, I know, right? All of this and more when we come back right after this.
Holidays, I want to be with my family, so I'm all for anything that helps cut down on the time I spend hunting for gifts for friends and out-of-town relatives. That's why I bought these Safeway gift certificates. You can get them from $5 to $25, and the people you give them to can buy what they want.
And you don't even have to wrap them. We just mail them with our holiday cards.
Safeway gift certificates, so I'll have a little more time with them. Everything you want from a store and a little bit more.
This holiday season, serve a delicious ham from Winn-Dixie. Hickory Sweet Boneless Whole Buffet hams are $1.89 a pound. Save 90 cents a pound. What better time to indulge in luscious desserts than at Christmas time? Save 60 cents, while Country Fresh Prestige All-Natural Ice Cream is $1.79. And for holiday baking, count on Gold Medal flour. A 5-pound bag is 79 cents. Save 24 cents more. Winn-Dixie. For a very special holiday.
We're right for you.
Wednesday, celebrate a real people Christmas. Then, a surprise visit puts the pinch on plans for a hot date. And the master Itzhak Perlman teaches Patty how to play the violin on Love Sydney. Then, Quincy counsels a dying woman.
What can I do for her?
And learns a lesson in living. Wednesday on NBC.
He might not know what to do with all the crazy gifts he'll get this Christmas, but he'll sure know what to do with Old Spice cologne, or an Old Spice nautical decanter, or one of our many Old Spice gift sets. Old Spice. He'll use it, enjoy it, and love you for it.
It's here, the new Sears Wish Book, and oh, what a wish book. Over 600 pages. Some with gifts your family's never gotten before. Gifts they'll really be glad to open. Gifts that are fun and lovable. And unexpected.
Oh, what a wish book.
There are gifts that Sears will monogram. How about something colorful? Or warm and cozy? Or tasteful? Now's the time to look in the wish book for ideas.
I love you.
There's more for your life at Sears.
It's the magic time of year when love's a warming flame. Though we celebrate in many ways, the feeling's still the same. We're America's storyteller, celebrating life with you. Picturing the stories of everything you do.
For over 100 years, people have trusted their memories to Kodak Film, America's storyteller.
It's the sounds of Christmas 78, Sam. Your Christmas toy headquarters.
When it comes to holiday gifts, Herta's Discount Warehouse has an endless supply at the best prices. We've slashed prices on everything, including our 12 special gifts of Christmas, like this RCA programmable stereo VHS recorder for just $309, or this RCA camcorder with accessories for as little as $41.63 a month. It happens at Herta's with guaranteed best prices on stock merchandise. Highland between Sahara and Spring Mountain, open Sundays until Christmas.
Well, today is National Cupcake Day, and we've got two sweet treats for you today, because it's not only National Cupcake Day, it's Lemon Cupcake Day as well. And we're going to look at both of them right now for you. Yes, swirled with frosting, covered in sprinkles, dipped in ganache, or drizzled with chocolate, cupcakes are a one-of-a-kind dessert that are whimsically versatile for any occasion. They have evolved far and wide from just chocolate and vanilla to fulfill almost all of our dessert dreams and fantasies. Luckily, today is National Cupcake Day, recognized annually on December 15th to commemorate these compact yet delectable sweets. Indulge all you want in your favorite cupcake treats today. You'll probably want seconds. Actually, make that thirds. Here is the timeline. 1796. Cupcakes hit the scene, bearing resemblance to English fairy cakes. Cupcakes were enjoyed throughout the 17th and 18th centuries. Now then go over to 1828, and they become official. The earliest written reference of the cupcake appears in Eliza Leslie's 75 recipes for pastry, cakes, and sweetmeats. 1919, Hostess bakes the Mostess. Hostess starts mass producing its first snack cake. That's right, the cleverly named cupcake. To the 1950s, Winston Churchill weighs in, and he's the first person to suggest cupcakes should be frosted. And then in 2005, Open Sprinkles. Sprinkle Cupcakes, the first ever cupcake-only bakery, launches in Beverly Hills. Today on National Cupcake Day activities, have a favorite ice cream flavor or another cherished dessert? Come up with a cupcake version of it. These little treats can be the perfect opportunity to explore a creative outlet or take you on a culinary baking adventure. Who knows, you might discover your next go-to recipe. And host a bake-off fundraiser. Since cupcakes are such a crowd pleaser, use this opportunity to bake these treasured goodies for a cause you care about. Your friends will be happy to donate to something that's good for the world and their taste buds. And don't leave out your furry friends in this celebration. There are plenty of pet-friendly cupcake recipes to allow the whole family to enjoy the dessert. Your four-legged friends will thank you for a pawsome sweet treat. Yes, and why we love the day? Well, you don't have to debate over how big or how small a slice you want. These little treats have built-in sizing. And despite their compact size, they pack enough flavor to satisfy any sweet tooth in one simple serving. Nowadays, cupcakes can come intricately designed, simply and elegantly frosted, or adorned with edible embellishments. It's hard to resist a dessert that's both pretty and delicious. And it's no longer just vanilla and chocolate. The booming popularity of cupcakes has introduced some gourmet-inspired and sometimes unusual flavor profiles. If you can dream up a flavor, there's probably somewhere out there that has it in a cupcake form. And there you have it, friends. National Cupcake Day. And then I was scrolling down and happened to see that we have National Lemon Cupcake Day. As if we've gone from the traditional to now lemon. Yes, a day that's all about bite-sized pieces and heaven filled with lemony goodness. Sign us up. Yeah, out of all the cupcakes in the world, the humble lemon cupcake remains our favorite. A little bit sweet, a little tart. The distinctive taste of lemon cupcakes is hard to beat. There's something about them that immediately reminds us of summer afternoons at home, and we love how there's a day dedicated to this unassuming cake in a cup. So who invented National Lemon Cupcake Day? Nobody knows for sure, but we're glad someone did. What we know is that cupcakes have been around a while. The United States can lay some claim to inventing cupcakes. One of the earliest mentions of a cupcake was in 1796 as a recipe notation. In her book, American Cookery, Amelia Simmons mentions a light cake to bake in small cups in her notes. Soon, baking tiny cakes in their own molds became an easy and popular method with cooks everywhere. Cupcakes were the perfect dessert. Quick to make, easy on waistlines. They were the quintessential snack cake everyone needed. The 20th century elevated the cupcake with an addition that made all the difference: frosting. And there's been no looking back since. From kitchens of talented home chefs to fine dining, the cupcake today is everywhere. Would a coffee run be complete without cupcakes? You must be joking, for sure. Is a kid's birthday party even a party without cupcakes? The world thinks not. The sheer variety of cupcakes today is dizzying. There are traditional flavors like vanilla and chocolate frosting. Some have toppings of coconut, cream cheese, peanut butter, or even laced with a wee bit of genius. The possibilities are endless. But if it's a classic you seek, nothing can beat the unadulterated flavor of the humble lemon cupcake. Typically made with standard cupcake ingredients but with lemon-flavored batter. It's comfort food at its finest. And this is why we celebrate Lemon Cupcake Day each year on the 15th of December, not only for how great they taste, but how happy they make us. So again, here's the same timeline we basically showed you before. And you're going to bake the lemon cupcakes today. We love cupcakes because they're so simple to make. And lemon cupcakes are one of the easiest. All you need to do is add a twist of lemon to classic cupcake ingredients and get everyone involved for some family fun time. And pick up a few lemon cupcakes from your favorite bakery. Sit back, relax, and savor the lemon treat. Check if your local bakery has a special deal on lemon cupcakes today. And order batches of lemon cupcakes a few days before and get them delivered to the family, friends, and neighbors. It's the perfect way to show people you care. Nothing says love more than a classic lemon cupcake. Here's 5 facts about muffins that will blow your mind. Muffins aren't cupcakes. Batter consistency, frosting, and mixing differentiate one from the other. So remember that when you're trying to decide between a muffin and a cupcake, and realize that they're two totally different pastries. Since most houses did not have ovens, hawkers went door to door to sell this beloved snack bread. Yes, hawkers in 19th century England sold muffins. And Minnesota's official state muffin is blueberry, while New York's is, surprise, surprise, apple. The largest muffin weighed 323 pounds. Char and NIP Food in Milan made muffin history with their creation on October 16th of 2015. Amazing. And finally, blueberry is America's most popular muffin flavor. Duh. And why we love Lemon Cupcake Day. Well, in a world inundated with options, we love the elegance of a classic lemon cupcake. A special day for lemon cupcakes is precisely what the world needs. Lemons have unparalleled health benefits, even in desserts. Most lemon cupcakes have all the goodness of dessert without the overindulgence. And nothing evokes summer or spring vibes like the lemon cupcake. Bringing summer sunshine home despite December is easy thanks to Lemon Cupcake Day. There you have it, folks. And look at these other days, too. Friday, October 18th, National Chocolate Cupcake Day. And on November 10th, National Vanilla Cupcake Day. And, of course, today was the official National Cupcake Day, which we just talked about 5 minutes ago. So there you have it. Another great What Day Is Today. And, of course, you know what that means. We'll always have them here every day to give to you if it's a food item. You can check for birthdays and other things on these special days and see who of your favorite celebrities or famous people have birthdays to share with as well. Let's take a look at some comments here. We have MVG Production says Chargers head coach was fired from the game. Yeah, And I said, yeah, it figured since they gave up 63 points. Emu says, cupcakes. Without cupcakes, MLP won't have Pinkie Pie? Oh. Or maybe they might be, or maybe they might, but she'll be freaking out if there aren't any. I've never heard of Pinkie Pie before. You're gonna have to explain that to me probably sometime later on in off the air, or maybe for Wipe Those Tears, But hey, thanks for the comments. We really appreciate them. That helps a lot there. When we come back, it's 4:36, and we're running a little bit behind here. But when we come back, we'll look at our first article of the afternoon. This is what a massage therapist first notices about you. And if you happen to be an extrovert or an introvert, here's how you're wasting your money. We'll look at those two articles coming up next. Right now, it's break time, and we'll be right back.
At a time like this, you probably don't care that we use only carefully selected hops, or the finest grains, or pure artesian brewing water. But you'd taste the difference if we didn't. So we do. Olympia. It's the water, and a lot more.
At JCPenney, we don't just wish you a Merry Christmas. We promise you many happy returns. Because when you exchange any JCPenney gift at any one of our 1,400 stores, this is what you get in return. No hassle. JCPenney.
Fireplaces glowing, icicles growing, hearts overflowing with cheer. It's that wonderful season we all find so pleasing, the Toys R Us time of year. The world's biggest toy stores, Toys R Us. The biggest selection, Toys R Us. It's the Toys R Us time of year. Toys R Us.
It was the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, except this little fella. At a time like this, a gift from Kodak just begs to be opened early. The Kodak Tele-Instamatic 608 camera takes group shots like this, and with the simple flick of a switch, beautiful close-ups. And you needn't move an inch. The Tele-Instamatic 608 camera, one of the great open early gifts from Kodak. Christmas '76. Picture it.
Take a look at Zodi's, your Christmas savings department store.
Zodi's has Kraco Dashmaster AM/FM multiplex stereo radios for your car at savings to $30. One for cassette, one for 8-track tapes. Just push in your cassette and listen to your favorite music. Or insert the 8-track tape in Kraco's in-dash or under-dash model and enjoy the beautiful sounds of stereo. Your choice, only $78.88 each. Proof that holiday happiness costs less at Zodi's.
There's a place in town that has 12 terrific glasses for the 12 days of Christmas. And every time you buy a medium-sized Pepsi for only 59 cents, you get to keep the glass it comes in. And here's the nicest part of the whole offer. There are only 2 glasses every week, so you have to keep coming back to get the whole set. And you know why that's so nice? Because the place you have to keep coming back to is Taco Bell.
Caught me off guard there. All right, let's take a look at our first article today. From your intake form to your body hair situation, here's what your masseuse registers before they even touch your body. As Bethany Heitman will give us this article, it was updated yesterday, actually. So let's take a look and see what we have here. Chances are when you head to a spa for a massage, you start noticing things the minute you walk through the door. Perhaps you detect the calming scent of lavender in the air or realize the whole place is decked out in soothing neutrals. Or maybe there are some more unfortunate things that catch your attention, like dust bunnies on the floor or a massage therapist with a bad case of body odor. Good or bad, these little things will affect your experience and may inform you how much you tip for your massage. Interestingly, though, you're not the only one taking stock of things. Massage therapists are also noticing plenty of things about you, too. And it's a little different than what a hairstylist or nail tech would notice. Whether you frequent luxurious spas or more humble spots, massage therapists are trained to be attuned to their clients, and a good therapist pays close attention so they can provide the best possible service. Curious what they notice? We spoke to massage therapists to find out, and here's what they said. Your massage therapist is about to get up close and personal with you, so if you show up smelling like you just ran a marathon, they notice and probably cringe a bit. On the flip side, they'll also know and appreciate if you showered or freshened up before a massage. Not only does this contribute to a more enjoyable experience for both the therapist and the client, but having clean skin also sets the stage for a more effective massage because it allows the therapist to apply oils and lotions smoothly, says Carmen Barcelona, who's owner of Carmen Barcelona Bodywork and Massage Therapy in Hawaii. No time to shower right before a massage? No problem. If you're coming straight from the office, you probably won't be able to stop home to bathe, says Erin Copeland, who is owner of Copeland Massage in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But showering at some point on the day of your massage is preferable. On a similar note, you may want to consider going easy on the perfume. A little spritz will likely be fine, but wearing fragrance may interfere with the calming scents used in a spa. Not to mention, it could be overwhelming for your therapist since you'll be in a small enclosed space together. Whether you walk into the room like a robot or you're loose and agile, your massage therapist is paying attention. The same goes for you, how you sit in the chair in the waiting room. Well, don't stress. They're not judging you. They're just collecting info on your body language so they can do their job better. They'll see where you hold your tension, if you have an injury, how stressed you are, and your overall mood. Interestingly, they may even be able to tell what kind of job you do based on those things. For example, if a person has a profession that requires them to sit for long periods of time in front of a computer, they will often present with a chronic forward head posture, says Barcelona. It's a fascinating aspect of my work to notice how the body can reflect the demands and habits of a person's daily activities. These little tells can be helpful because it can give your therapist a clue regarding what parts of your body need special attention. Well, before you get on their table, a masseuse will notice whether your breaths are deep or shallow. Yes, we're talking even before the treatment has officially started. Here's why. Breathing is important and can reveal whether or not you're holding tension in your body. Our observation begins as soon as the client enters the space, continues during the assessment, and persists while they are on the massage table, explains Barcelona. This helps me assess their emotional and physical state, providing insights into their tension levels. Typically, slow and deep breaths indicate relaxation, while shallow or irregular breathing may suggest tension. Many massage therapists ask you to fill out a form before a massage. On it, you'll generally find questions about preferred pressure, areas of your body that may be aggravating you, and any medical issues you have. All this information can help therapists do their job better and let them know exactly what you're looking for. By combining my assessment with the client's feedback, says Barcelona, I can customize the massage techniques to precisely target and address areas of tension, ensuring a tailored and effective massage experience. So when filling out this form, be as detailed as possible and note where you've been feeling tight, even if it doesn't seem like a place a massage can help. For example, maybe your face is feeling tense. Your therapist may have face massage tools to use on you. And always be clear about the level of pressure you like. Not sure about that last part? Write that down so the therapist knows to try different pressures to determine what will be both effective and comfortable. Speaking of pressure, if it's too intense and you start holding your breath or trying not to wiggle against the pain, Your therapist will pick up on that. It's a clear signal that the deep pressure may be too intense for your body to handle comfortably, says Barcelona. You may think that deeper is better even if it hurts, but that's not necessarily true, says Copeland. In my practice, I prioritize technique over pressure, she explains. An effective massage can be administered and received without beating you up. If a client feels pain, is flinching, or yelps from the pressure, it likely means their muscles are on guard in protection mode, and it will be more challenging for the therapist to access deeper layers of tissue. And just like it's a big mistake not to speak up about a haircut you don't like at the salon, it's a faux pas not to mention if massage pressure isn't working for you. This is all to say, if it's too much, speak up. You can even note where it's okay to use deep pressure, like your shoulders, and where it may be too much, like your lower back, for example. Pressure-related feedback isn't the only kind of feedback that is appreciated during a massage. Rather than waiting till the end to tell your therapist how the experience is, give them an idea of what you think within the first 10 minutes. This will allow them to change tactics or do more of what you like so that you get the best massage possible. Not sure what to say? Tell them if something doesn't feel good, or if it does, so they know to keep doing that, says Barcelona. Or maybe you want them to use more massage oil, or know that the smell of the scented candle burning in the corner is bothering you. These are all valid things to note. And didn't get a chance to shave your legs? Are your underarms a little fuzzy? Sure, your masseuse may notice. After all, they are running their hands all over your body, but they won't care. The same goes for things like back acne or calloused feet. I strongly encourage clients to not feel embarrassed about their appearance when coming in for a massage, says Barcelona. Body hair, acne, scars, and various skin conditions are entirely normal and make no difference in the quality of care and attention you will receive during the massage. Your comfort and well-being are what truly matter. With that said, if you will feel self-conscious the entire time and it prevents you from being able to fully relax, that's not ideal either. If this sounds like something that would plague you, consider setting an alert on your phone the night before your massage appointment to remind you to shave or give yourself a quickie pedicure at home. A really good masseuse wants to make you feel as comfortable as possible, so they pay close attention to your conversation cues. If you make small talk, they'll engage. If you are silent, a good therapist will follow your lead and check in only when they need you to move or want to check on you. With that said, most pros will prefer not to engage in extensive conversation. I do attempt to limit my responses, says Copeland. My massage is better if 100% of my focus is on the client's body. Another thing to keep in mind is that a spa's environment mirrors that of a library. It's quiet. Sound can travel, and that may disturb other clients, says Barcelona. If you do want to chat, keep your voice low so as not to bother anyone else. If you're wearing underwears, to fully strip or not to strip and instead leave your undies on, that is the question. Whatever decision you make, it's totally fine, but they will notice because if you're going commando, they'll adjust the sheet accordingly. Not sure what to do? Always ask, says Copeland. Some therapists require underwear. I give the client the option and always use proper draping, a technique used to only expose the body part being worked on. You're laying on a table in a dark room with relaxing music. Who could blame you if you doze off? Certainly not your masseuse, especially if they're using one of those super calming scalp massagers. Still, of course, they notice. I can typically discern if someone drifts into slumber during a massage, says Barcelona. Often subtle shifts in their breathing pattern signal a transition into a deeper state of relaxation. Oh, and falling asleep may even signal to the therapist that they're doing their job right. In massage styles like Swedish massage, sleep is often a positive sign indicating that the therapist is effectively inducing relaxation and comfort, explains Barcelona. And with that said, not every style of massage is suitable for sleeping. Sessions that concentrate on more intensive structural techniques like trigger point release and rolfing can be more challenging if someone is asleep, says Barcelona. If you have one of these types of massages scheduled, try to go in well rested to avoid the potential for snoozing. And here are the experts. And of course, Bethany Heitman is a lifestyle writer and editor with more than 15 years of experience, and she worked for some of the largest media brands in the world. She covers beauty, fashion, tech, entertainment, and more. So the next time you want a massage and you want to go for it, why not? It's probably the best piece of relaxation and a treat for your body anytime, anywhere. We'll be back with a look at if you're an extrovert, here's how you're wasting your money. And The Stranger Who Changed My Life, a great short love story to end the week. We'll be back with more DMS 3000 News right after this.
Wednesday. Is Frosty really getting married?
I will not allow it.
A classic holiday special for the whole family. Frosty's Winter Wonderland. Then, a new wee Christmas special. When Dinty Doyle stumbles upon the end of the rainbow.
A golden Christmas dream come true.
The Leprechaun's Christmas Gold.
Wednesday, starting at 8, 7 Central on the Mountain on ABC.
Holidays were made for Michelob.
There's a beer that's becoming a holiday custom. Michelob. Special enough to make the right impression, friendly enough to show you mean it. And now with special holiday packaging to go with your best wishes and with all your holiday plans.
Holidays were made for Michelob. Holidays were made for Michelob. Tis the season to be sharing. No crockery, friends and family giving, caring. No crockery, give the best of everything.
Feel the spirit this holiday season as the folks at Kroger wish you the very best of everything.
Let's go crockery.
Save on King or Royal Crown whole boneless ham, just $1.29 a pound.
Money back on Sanders. Money back on Saws. Money back on 3/8-inch drills from Santa Claus. Money back from Black & Decker. Merry Christmas to all.
To wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Black & Decker is giving a sack full of $5 rebates and specials on many selected products.
Money back from Black & Decker. Merry Christmas to all.
First and 35.
Remember Aunt Hilda? She helped make your first party dress. American Greetings wonders who you forgot to remember this year. What better time to say hello than Christmas? With friendly faces like Ziggy, Strawberry Shortcake, Holly Hoppy. They're on American Greetings cards, gift wrap, party goods.
Second 35 on the 50.
American Greetings, the right card for that special person.
We hope the special lift you get this holiday season lasts all year long. Happy holidays from Eaton Park.
For Nestor, there's nothing funny about his big ears, but he cheers up when he's visited by a Christmas angel.
Your ears can do a wondrous thing no other ears can do.
Nestor is chosen to guide two special passengers on a journey to Bethlehem. And on the way, he discovers his own courage and a new use for his long ears.
Sunday at 2 on Channel 47.
Well, if you're outgoing or the life of the party, a big spender, yep, your personality can influence your money habits, says science. And Claire Gillespie is going to give us this great article that she wrote back in 2022 of last year on November 4th. So if you're an extrovert, here's how you're wasting your money. Overspending when you don't have a lot of disposable income is one thing many money experts never recommend, and yet most of us own more stuff than we use. In his book, Happy Money, The Science of Smarter Spending, Michael I. Norton, professor of business administration in the marketing unit of Harvard Business School, says spending money gives us instant gratification. Now, new research recently published in the Journal of Psychological Science suggests your personality type can dictate your spending habits. Blaine Landis and Joe J. Gladstone from the School of Management, University of College London, collected survey responses from 718 low-income customers of a UK bank, providing information about their age, employment status, income, savings, debt, and cash withdrawals. They also agreed to have their responses linked to their actual bank account data from the previous 12 months. Participants also completed a brief, validated measure of 5 core personality traits: openness to experience, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Wow. The researchers found that people who register as extroverts spend more on status items such as foreign air travel, electronics, and art institutions than introverts. Interestingly, at high income levels, the difference between introverts and extroverts was less pronounced. Our findings suggest that extroverts compensate for having low income by spending more on items and experiences that reflect higher status, says Landis, first author on the research. In other words, individual spending patterns may reflect personality differences in how they respond to having low income. Landis added that it was no surprise that people who rate high on the personality trait extroversion, those who are sociable and assertive, would spend more of their money on status items compared with their less extroverted peers. And according to Norton, purchasing things for ourselves can make us happier in the moment, but spending money on experiences has a much greater correlation with overall happiness. Because experiences are usually shared with people, they make us happier than, well, a bunch of stuff. So making choices to spend money in ways that allow for more time with other people, even strangers, can lead to a better sense of well-being. And that applies whether we're low income or high income, extrovert or introvert. We'll be back with our love story of the week. And it's a good one, with an interesting look at some fantastic true story coming up right after this.
All across the country, people celebrate Christmas in their own special ways. But there's one thing just about everyone's Christmases have in common: America's favorite store, Kmart.
Estee Lauder celebrates the holidays with a great offer for you. The Total Makeup Organizer. 16 shades for eyes, lips, cheeks, nails, all in a tray with compartments you can use over and over again. This $90 value is just $17.50 with any Estee Lauder fragrance purchase. Merry Christmas from Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder's special holiday offer is yours at Lord & Taylor.
Ring in the holidays. Ring out the year. Sparkling with Andre. Love and good cheer. Take Andre home for the holidays. Andre for the holidays.
What's a celebration without Andre Champagne to lend sparkle and elegance? And Andre Cold Duck to keep things bubbling along. Greet the season and your friends with the best. Andre.
For the holidays and all year long.
What's America's fun time finger food? Geno's Pizza Rolls.
What's America's mealtime finger food? Geno's, a pizza roll.
Pizza Rolls party snacks get their great taste from your favorite pizza ingredients, rolled in a crispy crust. Just heat and eat.
What's America's Christmas time finger food? Geno's Pizza Rolls.
Now enter Geno's Roll into Rich's sweepstakes and win big cash prizes. Details on selected packages.
To Sally and Janet and Donna and Trisha, I'm gonna get you a Kodak disc. Win your heart, get a kiss, catch the fun. Just like this, I'm gonna get you a Kodak disc.
Merry Christmas, Mom.
Here's Paddington Bear. He loves Christmas, and he loves Pizza Hut pizza. So this year he's sending you a special offer from Pizza Hut. 4 specially designed Paddington Bear Christmas ornaments. They're glass, just like the ones that cost you up to $5. But at participating Pizza Hut restaurants, they're only 99 cents each with the purchase of any medium or large pizza. This Christmas, take Paddington Bear home with you, thanks to Pizza Hut.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and there in the house, the kitten discovered the new Commodore's mouse. Now touch the mouse to do what you choose. The mouse makes the Commodore simpler to use. Educate, entertain, put thoughts together. The world's best-selling family computer just got better. So bring home the new Commodore 64 now. A Commodore Christmas to all. And to all,
You may not have to wait for the holidays to get a cuddly Santa Bear, because now you can win one instantly from Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the cereal that tastes like homemade cinnamon toast. Yep, one of 100 life-size Santa Bears, or one of 10,000 regular-sized Santa Bears, with Santa Bear stickers and special holiday boxes of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Or to enter free, write Box 5841, Wyoming, Minnesota. Then look on the back to see if you won like me. Like me? Hey, fellas, I won a Santa Bear!
Well, in this true love story, a party girl meets her match as she passes through Montana with a traveling show. Joni Rogers wrote this article way back about 6 years ago for the Reader's Digest, and we're going to be looking at this fantastic story right now. In 1983, I was traveling with a tiny theater company doing vaudeville-type shows in community centers and bars, anywhere we could earn $25 each plus enough gas money to get to the next small town in our ramshackle yellow bus. As we passed through Bozeman, Montana in early February, a heavy snow slowed us down. The radio crackled warnings about black ice and poor visibility, so we opted to impose on friends who were doing a production of Fiddler on the Roof at Montana State University. See a show, hit a few bars, sleep on a sofa. This is as close to prudence as it gets when you're an itinerant 20-something troubadour. After the show, well-wishers and stagehands milled behind the curtain. I hugged my coat around me, humming that If I Were a Rich Man riff from the show, aching for sunrise and sunset, missing my sisters. What a wonderful show that was and is. A heavy metal door swung open, allowing in a blast of frigid air, and clanged shut behind 2 men who stomped snow from their boots. One was big and bear-like in an Irish wool sweater and gaiters. The other was as tall and skinny as a chimney sweep in a pea coat. But I'm just saying, it would be nice to see some serious theater, one of them said. Chekhov, Ibsen, anything but this musical comedy shtick. Excuse me, I huffed, hackles raised. Anyone who doesn't think comedy is an art form certainly hasn't read much Shakespeare, have they? I informed them that I was a professional shtictress, and went on to deliver a tart, pedantic lecture on the French neoclassics, the cultural impact of Punch and Judy as an I Love Lucy prototype, and the importance of Fiddler on the Roof as both artistic and oral history. The shrill diatribe left a puff of frozen breath in the air. I felt my snootiness showing like a stray bra strap as the sweep in a pea coat rolled his eyes and walked away. The bear stood there for a moment, an easy smile in his brown eyes. Then he put his arms around me and whispered in my ear, I love you. I took in a deep, startled breath. Winter, Irish wool, coffee, and fresh-baked bread. And then pushed away with a jittery half-joke. Something like, watch it. I have pepper spray. Okay, he said with a broad baritone laugh. I shook my head. Alarm and skepticism wared with spreading, unsteady warmth behind my collarbone. Walking around in the freezing dark with a total stranger is not nice, I said. I tipped a glance to the well-worn gaiters. Planning to do some cross-country skiing? Riding my bike, he said, and then added, without apology, I'm between vehicles. He held the heavy door open expectantly, I moved the pepper spray from my purse to my coat pocket and followed my heart out under the clear, cold stars. What are you reading? I asked, because that question always opens doors of its own. I was in the habit of asking the nuns at the bus stop, a barber who paid me to scrub his floor once a week, elderly ladies and children at the park. To this day, I ask people who sit beside me on airplanes, baristas at Starbucks, exchange students standing in line with me. Over the years, what are you reading has introduced me to many of my favorite books and favorite people. The bear had a good answer. Chesapeake. Have you read it? No, but I love James Michener, I said. When I was 12, I fell in love with Hawaii and vowed that if I ever had a daughter, I'd name her Jerusha after the heroine. Big book for a 12-year-old. We didn't have a TV, and I was a dork. He laughed that broad baritone laugh again. Literature, last refuge of the tragically uncool. Same could be said of bicycling in your ski gaiters. The conversation ranged organically from books and theater to politics and our personal histories. Having embraced the life of an artsy party girl, I was the black sheep of my conservative Midwestern family, thoroughly enjoying my freedom and steady diet of wild oats. He'd spent a dysfunctional childhood on the East Coast. A troubled path of drug and alcohol abuse had brought him to one of those legendary moments of clarity, at which he made a hard right turn to an almost monkish existence in a tiny mountain cabin. He built an aesthetic life that was solitary but substantive, baking bread at a local restaurant, splitting wood for his heating stove, staying out of trouble. That probably sounds pretty dull to you, he said. Agonizingly dull, but don't worry, I said, and then patted his arm. Maybe someday you'll remember how to have fun. He shrugged. Maybe someday you'll forget. We talked about the things people tend to avoid when they're trying to make a good impression. Hopes subverted by mistakes, relationships sabotaged by shortcomings. My bus was leaving in the morning and we would never see each other again, so there was no need to posture. Fingers and chins numb with cold, we found refuge in a 4B's restaurant and sat across from each other in a red vinyl booth. We had enough money between us for a short stack of buckwheat pancakes. A few morning papers were delivered to the front door, and we worked our way through the crossword puzzle, coffee cups between our hands. The sun came up, and we emerged from 4B's to discover a warm Chinook blowing in. Already the eaves were weeping, icicles thinning on trees and telephone wires. This is what Montana does in midwinter. Clears off and gets bitter cold, and then suddenly it's as warm and exhilarating as Easter morning. Don't believe it for a minute, you tell yourself as the streets turn in trout streams, but the sheer pleasure of the feeling makes a fool of you. You forget your scarf and mittens on a hook behind the door. You know it's still winter, but that's just what you know. The Chinook is what you believe in. The bear held my hand inside his coat pocket as we walked in silence back to the parking lot to meet my company's bus. Before he kissed me, he asked me if I was ready. Ready for what? I have no idea, but ready is how I felt. I was stricken with readiness, humbled by it. I hope you have a wonderful life, I told him. You too, he replied before nodding stiffly and walking away. The bus lumbered through the slush and labored over the mountains to a fading highline town where we were booked to play a quaintly shabby old opera house. The guy at the box office immediately pegged me as a party girl who'd been up all night and invited me to go to the bar next door for a hair of the dog before the show. But I could not for the life of me remember why that used to sound like fun. Later that evening, as I did my shtick out on the footlit stage, I heard the bear's distinctive baritone laughter from somewhere in the audience. After the show, he was waiting for me by the door. I didn't bother asking him how he'd gotten there. He didn't bother asking me where I wanted to go. I can't endorse the idea of love at first sight, but maybe there are moments when God or fate or some cosmic sense of humor rolls its eyes at two stammering human hearts and says, "Oh, for crying out loud." I married the bear a few months later in a meadow above his tiny cabin in the Bridger Mountains. We weren't exempted from any of the hard work a long marriage demands, but for better or worse, in sickness and in health, that moment of unguarded, Chinook-blown folly has somehow lasted 30 years. We laugh, we read, I do dishes, he bakes bread. Every morning, we work through the daily crossword puzzle. Our daughter, Jerusha, and son Malachi Blackstone, named after his great-grandfather, and an island in Chesapeake Bay, tells us we are agonizingly dull. We listen to their 20-something diatribes and smile. There you have it, folks. Joni Rogers is the author of the best-selling memoir, Bald in the Land of Big Hair. Fantastic story, if I must say, and a true one at that. Great way to end a fantastic week here on DMS 3000 News Live. We'll be right back.
Holidays, I want to be with my family, so I'm all for anything that helps cut down on the time I spend hunting for gifts for friends and out-of-town relatives. That's why I bought these Safeway gift certificates. You can get them from $5 to $25, and the people you give them to can buy what they want.
And you don't even have to wrap them. We just mail them with our holiday cards.
Safeway gift certificates, so I'll have a little more time with them. Everything you want from a store and a little bit more.
This holiday season, serve a delicious ham from Winn-Dixie. Hickory Sweet Boneless Whole Buffet hams are $1.89 a pound. Save 90 cents a pound. What better time to indulge in luscious desserts than at Christmas time? Save 60 cents while Country Fresh Prestige All-Natural Ice Cream is $1.79. And for holiday baking, count on Gold Medal Flour. A 5-pound bag is 79 cents. Save 24 cents more. Winn-Dixie. For a very special holiday.
We're right for you.
Wednesday, celebrate a real people Christmas. Then, a surprise visit puts the pinch on plans for a hot date. And the master Itzhak Perlman teaches Patty how to play the violin on Love Sydney. Then, Quincy counsels a dying woman. What can I do for her? And learns a lesson in living. Wednesday on NBC.
He might not know what to do with all the crazy gifts he'll get this Christmas. But he'll sure know what to do with Old Spice cologne, or an Old Spice nautical decanter, or one of our many Old Spice gift sets. Old Spice. He'll use it, enjoy it, and love you for it.
It's here, the new Sears Wish Book, and oh, what a wish book. Over 600 pages. Some with gifts your family's never gotten before. Gifts they'll really be glad to open. Gifts that are fun and lovable. And unexpected.
Oh, what a wish book.
There are gifts that Sears will monogram. How about something colorful? Or warm and cozy? Or tasteful? Now's the time to look in the wish book for ideas.
I love you.
There's more for your life at Sears.
It's the magic time of year when love's a warming flame. Though we celebrate in many ways, the feeling's still the same. We're America's storyteller, celebrating life with you, picturing the stories of everything you do.
For over 100 years, people have trusted their memories to Kodak Film, America's storyteller.
It's the sounds of Christmas 78, Sam. Skaggs, your Christmas toy headquarters.
When it comes to holiday gifts, Herta's Discount Warehouse has an endless supply at the best prices. We've slashed prices on everything, including our 12 special gifts of Christmas, like this RCA programmable stereo VHS recorder for just $309, or this RCA camcorder with accessories for as little as $41.63 a month. It happens at Herta's with guaranteed best prices on stock merchandise. Highland between Sahara and Spring Mountain, open Sundays until Christmas.
Welcome back to DMS 3000 News. It's episode 87, and we're ready to conclude this show. But before we do that, let me tell you what's going on next week on our programs. That commercial you just saw about the Hershey Kisses has been around since 1989. We're going to look at that I think it's almost now, let's see, 2019 was 30 years. So this will be the 35th anniversary that we'll be going into for by next Christmas. It'll be the 35th anniversary. So we're going to look at that fantastic history of that Hershey Kisses classic commercial that you see here every time on our show. And we're going to be playing that commercial frequently during our Christmas season to kind of get you into the holiday mood if we haven't already. Okay, so that's one of our topic articles for it. And also, we're going to be looking at the 12 days of Christmas. The countdown starts a little bit earlier. It's going to start on the 26th for our countdown instead. You all know that Partridge in a Pear Tree was the first day of Christmas on there. Since we're not going to be here on Monday, we'll look at Partridge in a Pear Tree and Two Turtle Doves on December 26th of DMS 3000 News. So that's all coming up. So those are some of the articles that we will definitely cover for you. And also, too, to get you, for holiday shoppers, we're going to see why you wait till the last minute, you procrastinators, why you like to shop on Christmas Eve so much, and is there any benefit to it? Maybe, maybe not. We'll give you that article as well. We'll kind of cover some details. All of this and more in the next week and 2 weeks for our Christmas shows coming up. And of course, we'll have Christmas music. We'll have our decorations for Christmas all along. Third Sunday of Advent is this Sunday as well. So if you're heading to church, of course, they're going to light the pink candle. It's very important. It kind of brings joy as we get closer to the birth and Savior of our Lord Jesus Christ for all those who celebrate on that. And Hanukkah comes to a close tonight as well. And since the 8 days that have been with us here since last Friday, we hope that all of the Jewish people here and, of course, in Israel and in Jerusalem have had a safe Hanukkah and have been able to share it with their friends and family and be able to know that it's a very important holiday for them because it means freedom from a lot of the attacks that had happened back in the biblical times for them. We'll even look at Hanukkah, even though it has passed. We'll give you that reason why it's very vital to the Jewish people. Okay? And of course, we'll also look at what Christmas is. Keep Christ in Christmas. That's the important thing. All right. Speaking of it, let's go ahead and look at our daily motivator of the day. Of course, Ralph Marston is here, and he's ready to give us this one for Friday, December 15th, 2023. The title is Value for Your Time. There's no time to waste, so what do? You hurry. And while all that hurrying can create much activity, it often produces poor results. Rarely is it a good tactic to put yourself into such a rush. In the effort to hurry because time is short, you can easily end up wasting even more time. Consider a couple of things. First, if you really don't have time to focus and do a good job right now, could you wait until later when there's more time? And second, is that urgent next activity you're rushing off to actually urgent, actually important? Or is it something that could be delayed, maybe even canceled altogether? If you regularly find yourself pressed for time, there's an excellent chance you can benefit from a reevaluation of your priorities and procedures. Rather than assuming that rushing is inevitable, challenge yourself to make your time more intentional and focused. Instead of convincing yourself you're making progress by rushing around, look for a better way. Give respect and value to your time, and it will return great value to you. Beautiful way to end a fantastic day here on the show, and of course, a fantastic week. And I thank you for being with me all this week here on DMS 3000 News. We hope that you got informed, inspired, educated, and, well, pretty much, got a daily dose of your time here on the program. We thank everybody for tuning in. And remember, be honest, be real, keep it simple, stupid, kiss. We'll see you Monday for a whole bunch of other great stuff, and including my update on 3 weeks into Weight Watchers, all of that. And Christmas stuff coming up next week on the program. From all of us here, I'm Jason Icanio. Have a great evening. Good night.
Don't forget to subscribe to the David Bassett Network for great more content like this one.